Hey, Frazer, Srinivas Bhatt here, Inner Circle member. Just having a quick question to you. What is your opinion about building a massive team using social media as opposed to doing it without using social media? Thank you so much for all that you're doing to this amazing industry that has transformed my life. Thank you so much.
Hey Srinivas, thanks so much for the message, mate. So you know I'm a big fan of building on social media. That's kind of how I built my business. But I think it's important that people stop separating online and offline, because it can cause a divide in the industry of network marketing. I do think a lot of people kind of go, oh, do you build online? Do you build offline? Like, oh, online doesn't work. Offline's old school. Offline's dead. Old school's dead. It's not. It's getting into your right flow, and in order to grow, you've got to find your flow. Whether that is you going out there and collecting leads online, whether that's you going out there to the supermarkets and the gyms and finding people offline, whether you like being behind the computer, maybe you have to be behind the computer, maybe you're a busy mum and you have to, or you might be thinking like, no, I don't like using the computer, it's slow, it's awkward, I don't really like it, and you want to build connection face to face. I think it's also important to understand if you're building online, at some point you have to get offline. For example, if you meet a woman or a man on Tinder and you want to go on a date, you might be able to do the date online the first 2 times, but if you want to progress the relationship, eventually get married and do all the other different stuff, you're going to have to meet them offline. It doesn't work that way. The same way applies that if you think about it, if I go to a supermarket and I bump into someone, maybe I'm purposely bumping my trolley into other people, right? And I bump my trolley into someone and saying, oh, hey, like, fancy seeing you here. Is the average person going to have a business card that they can hand out to me? Probably not. Because at the end of the day, if you give your card to someone and they don't give one back to you, that's a suspect. If they give one back to you, a business card, then they're a prospect, right? Does the average person have a business card? No. So what is the modern day business card? Hey, here's my phone, find yourself on Facebook and add you, and I'll send you a message later. So whether you use online for all the process or part of the process, it's going to be a part of it. And I think social media is so important just for lead generation, for communication, for basic follow-up, and for maybe even the initial presentation. But offline will always win when it comes to events and building culture. Always, always, always. And you'll notice as well, you'll have to speak to more people online. You'll deal with more rejection online, but maybe it'll be easier for you to deal with it because you can hide behind your phone screen, you can hide behind your computer screen, you can do all that different sort of stuff. So it's definitely the way the future's going. More and more companies are looking to adopt social media. People are accepting it these days. It's not like, if you're building online, we're not going to support you anymore. People are understanding that. It's the first time the industry has been massively disrupted, really, in the way people are doing things. So keep doing what you're doing. Build it online, build it offline. Find your flow, because that's all that really matters. And I highly recommend using the internet to generate leads, and then using offline events like that you can create yourself to actually get in front of people to increase your chance of conversion, and then follow up in person, follow up online. But then make sure, if you're only running online events, if you're only running Zoom calls to build culture, your business is not going to last long term, because you've got to get offline to do the events. You've got to get offline to see the bigger picture. You've got to get offline to create the culture. You've got to get offline to create those really solid skills by getting into depth. So that's what I've got for you. I hope that helps you, mate. And I'll catch you later.